Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of the videos, especially the drugstore affordable reviews, demos, tutorials, everything in the works. Today, I'm actually pretty excited to do a review and demo on the new e.l.f. 16Hr Camo Concealer. So I know e.l.f. previously had another concealer. I don't know if it was like an HD one, I don't know, but it was one of those where it's like, it was fine, but it wasn't my favorite, you know, type of deal. Plus, I feel like the color selection wasn't the best. But e.l.f. came out with the 16Hr Camo Concealer, and this one has 18 shades, which honestly for e.l.f. is actually pretty good. I think that's like the largest shade selection they have in any of their like complexion products. I feel like it's usually pretty limited. So I'm definitely hoping now that whenever they come out with some maybe like dewier type of finish foundations or natural finish foundations, definitely gonna want to pick those up, and hopefully they have that at least same number of their color selection, at least 18. They can totally do more, but 18 would be great. I picked up mine in the shade medium sand, and I was between medium sand and medium beige at the last Target I went to, at least, because I've seen these in other Targets, and I feel like there's been two other Targets where supposedly I saw the display for these and they had only a couple of colors, and I feel like those two didn't have my shade, and then the last one I went to had my shade, but I feel like each Target kind of had like different colors, like they weren't all the same. Like I found some that were similar, but then it didn't feel like they had all 18 shades. Like honestly, it looked like on display maybe they had like 10 of the shades or so, I guess it depends what Target. So I picked up mine in medium sand, and I was debating, should I do medium sand or the next one they had available was like medium beige. I wasn't sure, kind of maybe want to test that out to see maybe if I even get a little bit tanner, but this one's good for my skin tone. And this one, the doe foot applicator, once again very similar to like the Tarte Shape Tape. And then I'll actually show you right here, I have the L'Oreal Full Wear Concealer. Let's see, this one also has a very big doe foot. Well, L'Oreal's doe foot applicator is actually still, they're about the same size, it's just longer. But yeah, I would say these are about the same size, very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, so exact same thing basically. If I look at it, yeah, they look very similar. The sponge, the doe foot, so a nice little petal to kind of work with, and I feel like it dispenses a good amount of product. I feel like the L'Oreal dispenses maybe a little bit more, but I do like the way this feels on my eyes. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of comparing this to the Shape Tape as well, so in case you guys are curious, my thoughts on that. I would say when adding this to my face, it definitely feels like a similar texture, maybe even a little bit lighter. However, I feel as though the coverage for the e.l.f. 16Hr Camo is more of like a nice medium coverage, like a heavier medium shade, whereas the Tarte Shape and the L'Oreal, those are definitely full coverage. So I would say those are a little bit more comparable, but if you're someone who doesn't like that much coverage, if you don't need it, I think you might like something like this, which is like a medium to like a buildable coverage. So I think like that's the biggest difference, the coverage. Like it is a high intense coverage, but it's like a medium as opposed to Shape Tape and L'Oreal, which is like high intense full coverage type of a deal. So hit or miss. I like both. I usually tend to like a medium or a full coverage. Those seem to be the ones that I tend to go for. When blending this out underneath the eyes, I now with concealers, because I don't know what formulas I'm gonna get, I try to add it under one eye and then blend out, and then add it to the other and then blend out, because I've definitely worked with some concealers that definitely dry quick and that are those matte finishes. So that's what I did today. I blended one eye out, and luckily I did, because I would say this is a quick drying concealer, whereas you kind of like went all over your face, took your time. It would definitely dry down. I feel like it would be a little bit more difficult to kind of blend out. However, when you do one eye at a time, it's very easy to blend out, but I do immediately notice the matteness of it. Very similar to like that Shape Tape and L'Oreal Full Wear. So I guess it just depends. If you're someone who doesn't like a matte concealer, this one is definitely on the matter side. I would say I can see the difference of the matteness and then like kind of like the glowiness all over my face, but once again, I probably don't really want a glowy concealer, you know, underneath my eyes, so I don't mind it, but it's definitely like matte. Like as you are blending it out, it's almost like self-setting. It's almost like, do I really need a powder to set this? It almost like sets itself type of video, a nice matte powdery type of a finish. I do have dark circles underneath the eyes, so I'm definitely looking to see how this coverage is. Like I said, it's definitely more of a medium coverage, so I feel like it does cover my dark circles, but I feel like something like the L'Oreal Full Wear or the Tarte Shape Tape cover it even more, so I can kind of slightly like see it peeking through, but still like a good amount where like a nice medium concealer like kind of coverage does, where it's like, okay, this is good enough for like my glam. But if you do but if you are someone with dark circles, that might be, you know, a hit or a miss for you. I tried to see if this was a buildable concealer, and I've even played with it, and I've done, you know, just one layer, and then I even kind of did one layer and then just kind of dotted on a second layer just to kind of see, you know, how that wears. Does it cake up? Initially with one layer, I think it's beautiful. I love that it doesn't crease underneath my eyes. I also have really bad creasing, and given the coverage of this and the high intensity like type of coverage of this, it didn't crease underneath my eyes. With 2 layers, I think that's definitely where you got to be a little bit careful with this foundation, since it already is that medium coverage. I feel like 2 layers really isn't necessary. Like if you're going to 2 layers, the second layer, do like a little bit more spot concealing, not like the whole triangle motion thing again, because then it will feel heavy around the face, and I feel like you really have to blend it in and set it. When I had added it, you know, with 2 layers, I kind of noticed after I set it how I kind of needed to kind of go back in and pat that in a little bit more and add that powder, but after wearing it for a while, I haven't seen it crease underneath my eyes, so you can get away with 2 layers, but I feel like it just depends on how bad the creasing is underneath your eyes. If you really don't have an issue with that, I think you might be fine. Just spot conceal that second layer. Overall, wearing this for like 8+ hours, I actually really do like this e.l.f. 16Hr Camo Concealer. It's definitely on the more mattifying side, but I don't mind it. I like the way that it wears underneath my eyes, and it still looks good. Like the coverage, it's still there. It doesn't fade off, which is nice for like matte concealers, whereas I have noticed maybe dewier concealers, they kind of wears off and you can just see all my dark circles, but this one stays on very well for a very long time. So I actually really do like this. This is going to be like my nice alternative if I don't want such high coverage from my Tarte Shape Tape or the L'Oreal one. If I want to take it down a notch, I would definitely, you know, check this one out. If you guys see it at your Targets, they have it wherever you can find e.l.f. Ulta as well. I hadn't found it in stores yet, probably coming soon. I know it's online on their website, and maybe e.l.f. is almost everywhere. You can find it at Walgreens or Walmart. Check it out and see if you can find your shade, and let me know if you guys like it. It's only $5 at Target, which is like, yeah, let me pick that up. So that's like half the price of the L'Oreal one, which was like what, $10, $11? So, and this one's $5. So if you want to save even more money, I think this is an even better drugstore, you know, alternative for the price. And just depends what your preference is, but yet another reason why I really don't have to repurchase my Tarte Shape Tape. I was like, damn, e.l.f. gave me a really great option. I hope that they expand their colors to even more, and I'm looking forward to some full coverage foundations, hopefully, that are friendly for dry skin. I hope you guys enjoyed that review and demo. Let me know if you pick up this concealer and how you like it. Don't forget to check the description bar down below, and you can check out some other reviews and demos of the latest new drugstore releases of 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with some more, and I'll see you guys next time.